Hey, it's Jacob Felipe and I want to welcome you to my channel. This channel will talk about relationship advice, how to improve your current relationship or how to find love if you are single, and even how to get your ex back. If you like this content in this channel, please consider subscribing down below. And today's video will speak about 13 types of guys you should avoid if you are searching for a committed, true and long-term love. So let's dive into the video and start to go deep down. So a lot of times there's this throw kissing phase that the average girl go through before she finally finds the one. This is not an avoidable situation, true, and knowing what type of men to let in and what types to avoid will help save millions of women a lot of hours there. A lot of women avoid dating the kind of guys that are good for you, and you end up dating this bad boy type of guy that will live up to his name description. In this dating game, you will save yourself a lot of heartbreaks by just looking out for a guy that is just level-headed and sweet. If you are one of these women who want to skip all the ups of downs in the dating world, then this video is definitely for you. As a fairy tale loving guy in myself, I will take you through the 13 types of men to avoid while searching for Mr. Right. So the first man you should avoid is called the selfish man. This particular guy is not hard to recognize. He doesn't take long to show his true colors. He makes it clear that he loves himself more than anyone else, including you. He's always put his needs before yours and never asks what your own preferences, passions or interests are. This selfish man will hardly ever agree to being self-centered, but will claim that it's just a self-love, right? Selfishness usually comes hand in hand with arrogance, so the fastest way to spot a selfish guy is by observing the way he talks about himself. If he constantly trying to prove how great he is in everything that he does, then he probably falls under this category, and it's best to avoid this type of guys. The second guy is the constant liar. Dating Mr. Dishonest will make your entire relationship and therefore your life very miserable and emotionally draining. You can recognize this Mr. by the way he's so willing to make promises and not very willing to fulfill them. He will continuously make up stories about his life and never make an effort to be transparent with you. The moment you recognize a pattern of deceit from a potential love interest, this is a major red flag you should run away from. A dishonest guy can never be trusted and can never make up the other half of an healthy relationship. Now, the third kind is the unfaithful one. You can't have a healthy relationship with an unfaithful man or a player. As they are popularly referred to, they will always want to keep up your relationship at the most mutual level so he can go about his usual philandering, and you don't want this. Some players even relate with you without officially making their motive known. If you're with someone who has refused to define the relationship, then is major suspect for this category. The unfaithful guy is always protective of his phone, is never really honest about his location, and always avoid introducing you to his family or his friend. This is how you can recognize him, so be careful with this one. The fourth type of guy you should avoid is the on and off guy. In this age where the internet has made it possible to have a large dating pool, it's no surprise that some people want to keep their options open for the person who best suits them, and that's the reality we are living in. All true, this is understandable. You should never allow yourself to be strung alone. Never fall a victim for the guy who only calls when he's in between dates, bored, lonely, or looking to hook up. You should be with a man who sees you as a priority in his life and not just a disposable. If you realize that you are involved with someone who is out with you one day and you don't hear from him until he needs some free entertainment, then he's probably in this category. These are one of the most dangerous of the bunch because they don't regard you as a human but only as a form of entertainment. The fifth type of man is the lazy guy. This particular guy is just plain annoying. He always takes and hardly ever gives. This is not because he is selfish, but simply because he is too lazy to make an effort. If you notice that you're always making the most of the effort, keeping the relationship going, constantly remembering birthday, organizing the dates, and keeping up the communication alive, then you're probably with a lazy man. If you constantly feel the relationship would wither away and die without you, then the smart thing to do would be to cut it off. Relationship involves two people and therefore should take the effort of both parties. Keep it going. 6 type of men you should avoid. The emotionally detached man. It's true that most men aren't as emotionally intelligent as women, but everyone should be open emotionally to a certain extent. Knowing how the emotionally detached guy feels about certain things, or if he feels something at all, would be a big challenge to you and therefore would make it more difficult for you to relate with him. The emotionally unavailable guy could keep even hurting you without knowing and should therefore be avoided for sure. If you are looking for any sort of meaningful relationship, then avoid the emotionally absent man. This guy will constantly keep you at arm's length and may even sometimes neglect your own feeling the same way he neglects his own. The 7th guy you should avoid is the famous control freak. Being with a guy who takes control is completely different from being with a controlling man. A man who takes control is a good leader and is able to lead and handle a relationship, family, and any situation he finds himself in. A controlling man, on the other hand, is constantly imposing. He'll try to control your social life, your living situation, and your overall personal life. A controlling man will always try to lord over and intimidate you. He's a control freak in his own life and will certainly bring it into your relationship. Controlling guys are often very jealous. Their controlling nature most times stems from a place of insecurity and fear. They never feel secure unless everything goes the way it should. And if at any point during your relationship you begin to feel manipulated or oppressed, this is your cue to leave immediately, and you should notice this guy because they are very dangerous for you and for your relationship. Now, the 8th type of guy is the Forever Bachelor. Have you ever been in a relationship with a guy that swears he's all in but make no evidence to move towards commitment? He's extra charming, well-mannered, attractive, and most times successful and even a little witty. He has a way with women because he has been with a handful of them actually. He will whine you and dine you, sweep you up off your feet and make you feel like you are this only girl in the world. You would wonder why he's still single and has never been married. This is because no woman is ever enough for him and commitment is his greatest enemy. The Forever Bachelor is hard to resist, so it's the best to avoid him completely. Even when you try to be careful, he knows exactly what to say and do to lure you in, so it's making it extra difficult. The moment you are in a relationship with him and ready to commit, he will take off as fast as his legs can carry him. Dating with this man is like running around in circles. You'll keep moving but never make any progress. The 9th type of guy is the Syria Husband. This man is the complete opposite of the Forever Bachelor. He loves the thrill of getting married but cannot manage a marriage or even stay in one. He sees marriage as an accessory that he can change at will. The moment the spark and the romance will fade, he gives up and moves to the next person. The Syria Husband is obsessed with this new marriage. When his marriage begins to get a bit old and familiar, he immediately moves to the next sparkling new wife. What's even worse about the serial husband is that he will always blame the other party for the mishap. It's never his fault that things get mundane or plain. In his mind, his former wives were never the one. He believes that if he finds the one, he'll stay in that state of constant infatuation. Okay? So if you notice that a man has a long lineup of ex-wife, then it's advisable to completely avoid him. Now, 10. The gold digger. When a man is starting off in life or has a hard beat later on his life, He may be a bit financially unstable, and it's okay to stand by him at this point if you are involved with him. However, if a man is not financially stable and makes no effort to be one like this, then any permanent or long-term relationship with him should be avoided at any cost. The gold digger guys are normally good looking and smooth talking. They are not perturbed about their financial state because they feel like any woman would fall for them and be willing to support them financially. The gold digger is very entitled man when he finds a financially stable woman who has fallen for his charms. He will accept her to keep his wardrobe style, feed him, and ensure he has a comfortable life. The gold digger knows and understands a woman's maternal side and knows how to manipulate it to his will. This man should be completely avoided. Now, the 11 type of guy is the mama's boy. The man is one of the sweetest and most understanding men you will ever meet in your life. He is a complete gentleman and is very considerate and kind towards women. There is no surprise since he is his mother's favorite, right? So he completely understands female sentiments. His thoughtfulness would seem like a breath of fresh air to you since most men don't really understand emotions, right? However, here's the downside of it. His heart belongs to another woman, his mother. His mom has a say in all his life decisions, his wardrobe choices, his home, and even his finance and maybe his work. Building a future with this man would be your own detriment because his mom will decide everything you both do. To make this worse, asking him to choose between you and his mom won't work because he will definitely choose his mom. Crazy, huh? So you should avoid this man. Now, the 12th type of man you should avoid is the man-child. Women are usually attracted to men who are either older than them or the same age as them. So this is understandable because most women like to be cared for, pampered, and led. Most times it's the mature men who know how to do this. However, not every grown-up man is fully mature in his mind. Some have 30-year-old bodies with 18-year-old minds. I'm sure you see this kind of man. The man-child loves to be adventurous, have fun, and live like a teenager. The moment you have a serious life crisis or even a setback, he will be absent. He's absolutely terrible at handling real-life situations. This man should be avoided at all costs. Now, the 13th and the last type of man is the famous Narxist Man. Have you ever been with a guy who wants it in his way or the highway? This is super terrible. He believes that the world revolves around him. He doesn't believe that he can be defeated and therefore has a massive ego. He's most times very disciplined, decisive and confident, so it's easy to get attracted to him. The downside is that once you spend time with him, he can't stop talking about himself. Dios, he's constantly talking about his accomplishments and seems to get offended when you try to correct him. The narcissist man loves to go with successful and driven women, but not one who would match his success or surpass it. Alright? So being in a relationship with an egoistic narcissistic man will be extremely hard if not impossible and therefore should be avoided. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that you can have your happy ever after without having to go through the stress of dating toxic men who could end up damaging you emotionally and otherwise. If you find this video useful, please let me know in the comment section and share it also. And if you like to take your relationship to the next level, I put a link down below to schedule with us a discovery call to see if you are a fit to one of our coaching program and it's fit for you whether you are in a relationship and want to ignite the spark again, or whether a man pulling away from you, or whether you're a single or even want to get your ex back. We know how to handle the situation. So schedule a discovery call with us if you like it and subscribe to this channel for more content. I was Jacob Felipe, leading relationship coach, and I hope to see you on my next video.